So today we're going to focus on the invitation to become Gaian. So let me read this because it explains what the invitation is about. So the question is, what's the difference between living as a human and living as a Gaian? And what it says here is, as humans, we go about our lives looking at the world as an external reality, something existing outside of ourselves. As a Gaian, we think, we feel, and act within a deeply sensed knowing that the whole earth lives inside of us and that we live inside the whole earth. A Gaian is a conscious fractal of the multidimensional ecosystem that constitutes the living planet. A Gaian is a microcosm of Gaia, a sacred space of synthesis where life meets life and knows itself to be at one with all. A human being lives on the earth, while a Gaian lives as the earth. I repeat that last line because this is key to holding our meditation together. A human being lives on the earth, but as a Gaian, we live as the earth. So let's prepare to enter a meditative space. And as we do that, I just want to name some of the things we're going to be doing inside this meditation because, as we mentioned earlier, we're facing a crisis at the moment, a climate crisis of our own making. And we as Gaians have the responsibility for not only cleaning up the outer environment, but also of addressing the inner source of pollution, namely our own thoughts and feelings. And I think we all realize that every negative thought and feeling creates a corresponding chemical in the ethers that eventually precipitates as a corrosive force, eating away at our social and moral fabric and polluting the physical body of our earth. So our meditation today invites us to drastically reduce the toxic emissions entering Gaia from all that we think and we say and all that we do, so that we can show up as a positive force for good. And during the meditation, there will be periods where we reflect on some seed ideas. And when we enter that silence, I will simply sound a Tibetan bowl. And then we come out of the silence and we move into the next phase of the meditation. So let us begin. Take a few deep, gentle breaths to bring yourself present to this moment. Stand in the silence of the heart and feel the pulsing of the one life as it moves and circulates through us. And standing inside the chamber of our own heart, we see and sense the eternal flame of being that burns in the hearth of the heart. This is the fire of love. This is our true nature. Let us realize that we are each stewards of life, entrusted with the responsibility of caring for the well-being of the ecosystem of self. That is the personal universe of those lives that look to us for love, guidance, and nourishment. So let us, in the silence of the heart, joyfully accept and embrace this responsibility for our own ecosystem of self. So gently affirm, I am the steward of my ecosystem of self. And as the steward, we repeat the pledge. I choose to halt all toxic emissions from my ecosystem of self as my contribution to cleaning up the planet on all levels. So let us begin this cleanup, first of all, of our own universe of self, our own inner life. And we call upon the fire of love to bring healing to all aspects of our life. And let us begin with our mind. So visualize and sense the purifying fire of love. Cleanse our mind of all thoughts that do not serve the good of the whole. Place any of these thoughts of separation or jealousy or ambition that may still be held in our mind, place them in the fire of love and see them disappear, consumed in love. And as we proceed with the cleansing, we stand in grace and gratitude as we purify the mind. We now focus on our emotional body. And we call upon the purifying fire of love to cleanse and clear the waters of our emotional body. See any feelings that may be harmful to self and others evaporate in the fiery heat of unconditional love that burns at the heart of who we are as the fire of love. As you view and sense your own emotional body, see how any waterlogged emotions begin to dry up as they are touched by the fire of love. Allow your feeling body to become calm and responsive to the soul, so that all our feelings put us in touch with the one life and allow the one life to touch and embrace us. And now, as stewards of this ecosystem of self, we focus on our physical body and we call upon the power of the fire of love to clear and cleanse our physical body from anything that is harmful to our universe of self. And as this fire of love clears the field, we sense the health and freedom gained when all pollutants are burned away, when only love fills the atoms of our being. And standing once again as the steward of this universe of self, we open our heart and we embrace the whole of Gaia, all of its denizens and dimensions, both visible and invisible. And as a Gaian, we affirm that the whole earth lives inside of us, and we in turn are embraced by the ensouling presence of earth that we call Gaia. So let us remain in the living silence of the heart as we joyfully reaffirm, I am a Gaian, at one with all life on earth. And as we hold the whole earth inside our heart, and as we are held inside the whole earth, we know that we are an intimate and integral part of a greater system of lives. So let us move and expand our awareness from the individual to the group as we weave together our many hearts and we create a chalice of community and communion today. So that we, as a group, can invoke the power of the fire of love to begin the work of cleaning and healing those aspects of the earth that we have polluted, that we are invited to bring wholeness and healing to. So let us stand with purity of intent, purity of heart, and engage in the deep inner work of planetary cleansing and healing. And we begin first by sensing the unified field of love, the fire of our united hearts, cleansing the ethers surrounding the earth, removing the cloud of impure thoughts, contaminating the element of air. And we see the atmosphere of earth clearing, becoming pure, free of all human contamination. And standing as a community of Gaians, we now focus on the waters of our planet. And we call upon the fire of love, the purifying power of this presence to remove all pollutants from the waters of our beloved earth. We see the rivers, the streams, the waterways, the oceans, the lakes becoming clearer and clearer as we pour our blessings of light and love into the waters of the earth. And we see them pure, clear, and sparkling with life. And as a unified field of love, we now focus on that element of the planet we call the earth, the soil, the microorganisms. And we pour forth from the heart of who we are the fire of love. and we see it clearing and cleansing the soil, bringing life. We see the soil teeming with new life as we remove the polluting thoughts and feelings that have made our earth such a barren land. Let us bring nourishment to our earth and to our soils through the fire of our love. And we move into the final stages of our meditation today. Once again, standing together as a community of Gaians, we send a powerful wave of blessing from the heart of our group to that sentient being whose presence is the life of Gaia. Let us open our hearts and give deep love and gratitude to the planetary life who enfolds us, who nourishes us. This planetary life comprises the unconditional love of the Mother of the world, who substands all of creation. It includes the spirit of the sky that seeds us with inspiration and encouragement. Let us stand in the presence of the full spectrum being we know as Gaia. And we feel the love and the joy that comes from being held in the heart of Gaia. So let us bring all of this expansion of awareness into our minds, into our feelings, into the physical blood and bones and spiritual DNA of our being, and stand as Gaians. Let each of us in our own way consecrate our lives to the well-being and the good of the whole. Pledging to become a force for good in the world, a presence in the world that does not pollute, but only brings benevolence. And as we conclude our meditation, we are left with this deep sense and deep knowing that we don't just simply live on the earth. As Gaians, we live as the earth. We are its incarnated agents. We are part of the destiny of this planet. And we consecrate our lives to joyfully serving the one life in whom we live and move and have our being.